Woo. What's going on, y'all? It's DeJuan. We're back with another video. I'm coming to you live from the hurricane. I'm like the weatherman today, but this is my post-meal walk, so I had to bring it to you one way or another. All right, today's been a solid Thursday, man. I hope it's been treating you guys well. I'm just out here just getting in my steps, man. Being efficient. What I want to bring to you today is the idea that Bitcoin is centralized. And this is a talking point from people who are new to crypto. They listen to influencers who have an agenda because they don't want Bitcoin to be separate from crypto. So they want to let you know that Bitcoin isn't all that special and it's centralized, because likely the coins that they're interested in, they come to the realization that theirs are centralized, and they want to kind of take away from that value proposition that Bitcoin is decentralized. But that's not the case, because they're using the idea that due to the wealthy, powerful elites, the ETF issuers who are buying Bitcoin daily, in reality, they just bought their Bitcoin because they put so much focus on the Doges, the Shibas, the ETH, all these different coins, and they did not take the time to be humble and to stack Bitcoin daily or weekly, or just little by little, till they got to a comfortable position, because they did not have that diligence and that discipline. So in turn, they cope and justify by pointing to sound bites from certain crypto influencers, or they'll cherry pick information to try to justify not feeling like a bird brain. One of the things is that the amount of wallets, the amount of Bitcoin wallets that has majority, or that has most of the Bitcoin, they're saying is relatively small. So they're saying from that point that since there's so few wallets that hold a lot of Bitcoin, that's a case that Bitcoin is centralized. And I just wanted to reiterate the fact that Bitcoin is not proof of stake. Therefore, the amount of Bitcoin that's held by an individual does not determine Bitcoin's that individual's influence on the network. It does not change the protocol. And so Bitcoin holdings does not dictate that. This is what makes Bitcoin a commodity, because it is just that. It is the amount of Bitcoin that's being held. It is all about the amount of Bitcoin held does not determine your vote, your share in network influence, anything. And so when BlackRock, MicroStrategies, these Wall Street juggernauts and the likes, governments begin to acquire, you have to throw out that argument that centralizes Bitcoin. That's just called a whale. I mean, if there's another word past whale, then that's what that probably would be, like a mega whale. Now, another thing that they point out is that there's a little over 1 million Bitcoin wallets that hold, I think they say like 90% of the Bitcoin or 80% of it, I don't know. And so what it comes out to be is they say like, oh yeah, only 1% or 2% of Bitcoin wallets hold majority of the Bitcoin. That's a problem. And of course I had to do some digging and poking around to try to verify behind that, because I automatically knew, my immediate question was, what's the raw numbers? How many Bitcoin wallets exist? And to come to find out, there's like 460 million Bitcoin wallets. And then a little over 1 million Bitcoin wallets have majority of the Bitcoin. I said, wow, that's problematic. But then again, you know, I had to research and find out again that almost 450 million of the wallets or I'm sorry, 414 or 416 million of those 450 million were considered dead wallets. Okay? They're considered dead wallets, meaning that when you consider it a dead wallet, I think and I have to look into that a little bit more, but I would think those are wallets that don't have any Bitcoin in them. Now, that number of total Bitcoin wallets, if you want to consider the ones that have Bitcoin in it or that are not dead, reduces down to about a little under 50 million Bitcoin wallets. Now, let's take that percentage again. A little over 1 million Bitcoin wallets have a lot of Bitcoin in it versus the remaining 40 something million. That's just 20%, a little over 20% of Bitcoin wallets that have majority of Bitcoin in it. That is a way better number than 1%, because we're not including, because I'm not including those dead wallets, quote unquote. Okay, I'm not including those dead wallets. So this is what, that kind of throws that out the window too, in my opinion. So again, Bitcoin is not proof of stake. It's you know, the Bitcoin holdings don't determine your influence. And I mean, just over 20% of the holders, even if you want to roll with that for some reason, even though it has nothing to do with being centralized or not, the fact that they're using these numbers to drive their narrative that Bitcoin is centralized, it just fails flat on its face. Okay. So anyways, jumping over, speaking of Bitcoin, today Bitcoin is ripping. It's near $61,000 last I checked, and that's pretty dope. I mean, it was just at 52,000 about 4 days ago. And what's more interesting is that the remainder of the cryptocurrency market has failed to follow Bitcoin in this bounce. It has failed epically because we're still showing that a lot of the altcoins are lagging. They're down bad, actually. They're still down from this massive dump that we seen a week ago, but Bitcoin is back above 60K. Bitcoin dominance is climbing right now, of course. It's right around 58% when I last checked. On its way to 60. And if I was to even give you my projection that I forecasted a year ago, looking at just from looking at charts on a monthly time frame, I mean, Bitcoin is at the Bitcoin dominance is at is actually in the progress of a Adam and Eve double bottom with a full move that could lead us to over 100% dominance. Which, if that's the case, either that would be two scenarios, because I don't see alts staying down in this type of monetary and fiscal environment globally. I don't see them staying down, obviously, but I see, so therefore I would see alts just not able to keep up with Bitcoin's price movement, and just continue to collapse in Bitcoin value. I think alts will do well, but just judging on the charts, judging on fundamentals, I'm seeing how Bitcoin is being just quickly a household name. Morgan Stanley is now allowing their advisors, their team of advisors, to now pitch Bitcoin as a part of their portfolios. That's a big deal. It was already being offered in 401ks by Fidelity, maybe some other broker, and now it's becoming pitched to wealthy directly with their investment advisors, who should be educated on the matters of what Bitcoin is. And this is why I'm glad I'm going that direction anyway. But I think with this adoption we're seeing, I think it'll fuel Bitcoin to go $1 million in short order. If alts are going to explode like we still think they are, that means Bitcoin is just probably going to go to $1 million in short order, in my opinion, because just judging on how things are looking and how the chart looks as far as Bitcoin dominance. If Bitcoin does go, dominance goes to over 100%, I don't see alts going to zero unless regulation comes out of nowhere. But just looking at the regulation now, it seems a little friendly. If that's the case, then that just means Bitcoin is just going to melt up so hard and alts would just freeze, and then they'll have their run, but it won't be anything like we've seen in previous cycles where alts just go up fantastically in Bitcoin terms. I don't know. It's just not what I'm seeing, but let me know what y'all think though. All right, anyways, I'm in the heart of this hurricane. It looks worse than what it is. It's actually calmed down, but I'm just finishing up this post-meal walk. Let me know what y'all thoughts are down in the description. In the comment section. Also, if you're still looking to acquire Bitcoin, check out a non-KYC exchange down below called HODL.com. I've used that for over a year and it's been fantastic as far as accumulating Bitcoin without KYC. Check out some great wallets. Get you a cold wallet to store your Bitcoin and crypto safely. Check out the links down below for those. And a great book I recommend you check out that I wrote about Bitcoin to help you or those you love understand Bitcoin a little bit better. Those are great ways of support. Just check out those links down below. And I appreciate your time. I'm out.